Hi, I just wanted to go over a few things on how to trim donkey hoofs with a hoof grinder. Right now I'm just going ahead and cleaning out some of the dirt and getting ready to use a hoof knife and trim the frog back. By trimming the frog, this will give me a real gauge to use the grinder on how much of the hoof I want to take off. So I'll go ahead and trim that frog down and clean up the hoof a little bit. Make sure everything's healthy. I don't see any abscesses or anything like that. And then I'll go ahead and I've got a 4.5 inch electric grinder. I use a flat sanding disc on there. I prefer to use the 180 grit, and so I'll go ahead and run that right on the grinder. Really letting the grinder do all the work, not putting any real pressure on that at all. And goes very quickly. And I always wear a leather glove just in case I should get a kick or something like that. I don't want to grind my finger off. I've removed a little skin off my knuckles before, and so I've learned I just wear a glove while I'm doing this. And that's pretty much all it takes, and I'll go ahead and repeat that on the other feet. And so we'll just go on. I also have a rasp there in case the edges get a little bit rough, or I've got a chip or something like that that I want to go ahead and clean off. So on this hoof I'm going to go ahead and trim that frog a little bit. And don't get quite all the way to I want. Go back and level up that frog. And it helps if you have a couple little helpers that are over there. Keeping the donkey occupied by combing him. So I've also got a little stanchion I've got the donkey sitting in, so I'll go ahead and grind this hoof down. Like I said, I don't really put any pressure at all on that. I just let the weight of the grinder just kind of rub up against their hoof and just take it down to nice and flat and got the right angle. And if you're at this point where you're ready to start using a grinder on trimming hooves, I think you're pretty much familiar with the angle that you want. And so I got that up about even with the frog. I'm just going to take my rasp and go around the edge, clean that up a little bit. And especially in the winter time, I go ahead and take a little bit more off the edge and just give it a little bit more roundness so they can walk through the mud. And I think here we're going ahead and doing the front hoof. And that one looks good. And so anyway, hopefully you'll have some little happy donkeys that want to run around. Usually that doesn't bother them a bit. As soon as they're done trimming their hoofs, they're out running and playing, and that's what you want. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful if you want to try to trim your hooves with a hoof grinder.